Yep. So finally, first off, my boy Pete ain't on. Pete kind of got caught up at work. Um, Pete got caught up at work. Hold on one second. Hey, Trash, close that door. Close that door.
Shout out to Pete.
So one more time. So Pete is not here right now. He got caught up work, but I got my boys, hoops and y'all is on my shit now.
This is incredible.
Now, so shout out to my boy TPJ, my boy Pavi. Welcome to No Ceilings, the most honest podcast in the history of podcasting.
I'm very excited to be here right now.
Honest.
Number one, I have no idea what we're talking about. I like it that way. I have no idea where this is going. I like it that way. So I'm very excited to be here right now.
And I got you.
Make some people mad, so I hope I don't.
I got you. So what's been bothering me, right, is
oh shit.
And y'all both being from Chicago,
mm-hmm.
Everything going on with Scottie Pippen. That's what I brought you on here to talk about. Everything going on with Scottie Pippen. Now I know Scott is not from Chicago. He's not born and raised in Chicago, but very much he is Chicago to everybody that's not from Chicago.
For sure. Mm-hmm. To even us. To us even.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
I guess.
Bro. Pippen's Chicago, bro. Like growing up, I swear to God, when I was a kid, I didn't know Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen weren't from Chicago. Yeah, like I learned later on in life that like these niggas is not from Chicago. I learned that later on in life.
Yeah, one is an Arkansas nigga, the other one in Carolina.
He sounded country as hell. He used to be all Michael.
It don't matter though. It's just like, what is Chicago without that basketball team? Dead ass. Like what positive? No, for real. No, I'm not even joking.
Hot dogs,
criminals, and the 1 year with the Bears.
Bro, what? Are you serious?
Kanye West.
That's before. No, that's after. That's
no,
after.
I'm being honest. Now that he says that, what do I think of when I think of Chicago? Outside of the Bulls, it does dim the light a little bit. It goes hot dogs,
pizza,
the mob. Not even pizza, like Chicago style pizza.
Point of America for the rail system.
No, I wouldn't even think that's
I
white
wouldn't
people.
even know. I wouldn't know. No, bro.
I wouldn't even think that.
American history and
No, bro. No.
I wouldn't think that.
No,
Kanye West.
Kanye West.
No, Kanye West.
People don't think that either. People don't think that either.
No.
I do because I'm from it, but people literally don't think that.
No, I would think of New York when you said that.
Facts.
That's what I would think of. When you think of pizza and buildings, I would think of New York. So I'm going to think of hot dogs. I'm going to think of Kanye West.
The mob.
I'm going to think of the mob for sure, like the gangsters.
And
I'm going to think of the gang culture there.
You don't think about theater? Either?
No positive. No, it's like, no, bro. Like what?
Theater?
Yeah. No, nigga.
Okay,
like
y'all got
think to this.
Y'all are not New York.
Exactly. Like look, glasses.
One second.
I had this argument with people all the time, bro.
I disagree with that though. We don't have to be New York, but like we like the culture center of the Midwest.
But bro, it's the Midwest.
It's like being the biggest piece of shit in the toilet or something.
Dead
you just don't think of that. That's what, because you don't think of that when you think of the Midwest, like the cultural renaissance the way you should. You know, and I agree because I think it very much is the blackest place in America, even blacker than the South.
This is different though, because Pavi didn't leave the South Side until he was an adult. I used to leave the South Side all the time when I was a kid. So I've been seeing all parts of Chicago since I was little. So I just have a different perspective on it.
But we talk about to the world though, bro. The world though.
To me.
But,
the world
but you asked me my opinion. I'm just saying.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Like, I don't think of Scottie Pippen in Chicago in the same vein. I think of Michael Jordan in the same vein because I also.
And that's why he mad. And that's why he mad.
This is
exactly
why you ungrateful. You ungrateful. You ungrateful.
This is exactly why he mad. That's exactly why Pip mad, bro.
Blame that on Space Jam because Mike shot Space Jam and they showed
why
his
he
house
mad.
in Chicago, right? His house in Chicago, which actually my childhood doctor lived on the same block as Michael Jordan. It's like out by Great America. So he didn't live in the city, but he lived out there. Michael Jordan's house was famous out there. And it was in Space Jam. So like, yes, you associate Mike with Chicago. You literally saw Bugs Bunny crawling into this nigga living room. Like at least for me as a kid. So I'm sorry. Like I don't associate Scottie Pippen with Chicago. And Scottie also Scottie kind of dipped out and went to Portland and kind of flamed out in the end. Was like, whatever. Like Mike retired and then he went to the Wizards where he was trying to buy the team.
He went to Washington and
trying to buy the team, bro.
It really
He
flagged
left
out.
because they didn't want him anymore. They literally said, "We don't want you on this
No,
team
Mike,
anymore."
leave.
That's not what they said. They said
They
we
said
don't
it to
want
him
Phil
and
Jackson
Scottie,
no more. They said we don't want Phil Jackson no more. And
and
Mike
they
said
said
it's
we
me
don't
or
want Scottie
Phil.
too. They said we don't want Scottie. Leave.
I guarantee you, if Phil would have stayed for another year, and it was just Mike and fucking and Jordan, he would have stayed.
Who?
I'm sorry. If Phil would have stayed for another year, and it was just Mike and Phil, Mike would have stayed. I
The
don't care
front
what Mike said
office
about
ran
Pippen.
him off.
Yeah,
I
the
don't care
front
what
office
Mike
ran
said about
everybody off.
Pippen. They
The
would have
front
put
office ran
Kukoc in
everybody
the
off
small four, and they would have went back to the conference finals.
and got smoked up by somebody.
They wouldn't have
So
went to
what?
no conference finals without Pippen.
All right.
Okay, some things we have to stop doing, and even with my Chicago
yes.
brethren, we have to stop giving Michael Jordan entirely too much credit. So
I agree.
let me go on record with this. Michael Jordan is the greatest shooting guard in the history of the NBA. He would be the greatest shooting guard in the history of the NBA without Scottie Pippen. I'm going to say that. Right? I'm going to say that. He was going to be an MVP, Defensive Player of the Year without Scottie Pippen. He was going to be the most savage shooting guard on either side of the ball, no matter if Scottie Pippen was a Bull. But the way we view Jordan legacy is because of Scottie Pippen as well.
Fact.
And if we don't start being honest with that, it's really disrespectful to the team game of basketball. Scottie Pippen, at worst, has always been a top 3 small forward in the NBA during the prime of his career.
Facts.
A top 3.
Can I say what Scottie Pippen is? Scottie Pippen is a rapper that buys a bunch of like stuff from this one brand, and then he gets associated with the brand, and then he go to the brand and say, "Yo, make me a brand ambassador." And they're like, "Nah, you've been rocking our shit because you associated with us." And they're like, "Man, fuck that person. I don't give a fuck about that brand or whatever." It's like, yeah, but you still gonna be somewhat synonymous with that brand forever. That's marketing. Y'all be mad at Mike. Blame marketing. Like blame the NBA and David Stern for putting Mike on that pedestal and making that brand of Michael Jordan so good that anything associated with it became golden. Like if you was associated with Jordan, you looked at it as a champion and one of the greats of all time forever. So
after Scottie Pippen made him a champion.
But that's not the point, though. David Stern was trying to take the game global. So if you're trying to take the
I'm
game
saying
global,
after Scottie Pippen made him a champion.
Yeah, but that don't matter. Mike was Mike before Scottie.
He won his champion, but he won a champion. He won a champion.
He never even led a team to a winning season before Scottie Pippen.
So what? Larry Bird called him God.
Wow, he whooped his ass.
But he still called him God.
Wow, he whooped his ass.
Giannis called Kevin Durant the best player in the NBA and proceeded to put him out.
Proceeded to whoop his ass. But so what does that mean?
So what does that mean?
Is Kevin Durant not a God?
No.
Sure, he's a God. Yeah, sure he's a God. Yeah, he's a God. He's a God. That's fair. But I'm saying it doesn't mean much if you still gonna get bounced.
Okay, but that's not Michael Jordan's fault. Like Scottie Pippen is making this all about Mike, and I don't understand it.
Because Michael Jordan is making it about Mike.
It's not all about Mike. How you mad at me because I'm a billionaire and I made great business moves and everybody loved me and people were literally
that's
dying
not
over
but
my
that's
shoes.
not
That's
why
not
he's
what he's mad
though,
at.
bro.
That
I think
no,
Scottie everything that I get from Scottie is that Scottie is mad. Scottie is mad that he doesn't get the same level of respect that Michael Jordan gets. He feels like he gets put somewhere like he was just along for the ride. And that is not the case. Like, again, I told you my problems with the documentary when it dropped. It felt like a Michael Jordan propaganda piece. When you named the documentary The Last Dance, what I always thought about The Last Dance was about everybody. It wasn't just about Michael Jordan. It was just about the fact that you knew the whole team wasn't coming back. And the documentary, they made it like a Michael Jordan propaganda piece. The thing that sent me completely over the edge was when they talked about winning the 92 finals. People don't know in that game 6, they came back from a 16-point deficit in the fourth quarter. Mike was on the bench. Exactly. I think it was Scottie and the bench out there. They cut the lead to 4, then put Mike back in the game. Then Mike did make the go-ahead layup and they ended up winning the game. All they showed was Mike making the go-ahead layup and then winning the championship. Like, this ain't how it fucking happened. Yeah. This ain't what happened. And there was so many other moments I documented. Like even the game 7 against Indiana, Kukoc was balling. We ain't heard nothing about Kukoc balling. All we see is Michael Jordan fadeaway highlights.
Do you hear Tony
Kukoc not Scottie Pippen, though, bro?
Michael Jordan.
But Tony Kukoc is not Scottie Pippen, bro.
He still help contribute to.
But he's not Scottie Pippen, bro.
Yes, it does.
One second. Because Tony Kukoc is a Hall of Famer. He's not
Scottie.
He's not a Hall of Famer because of the NBA career. He's a Hall of Famer because of what he did in Euro basketball.
If he did not come to the NBA and win championships with Michael Jordan, he would not be in the Hall of Fame. Stop lying, bro.
But he's not Scottie Pippen, bro.
Why is Scottie the only one with sour grapes? And why is Scottie the only one?
Because Scottie is that great of a player.
Bro.
He's that great of a player.
They lost Michael Jordan and lost one less game. He's
top what? He's top what?
15 for me.
I'll probably say 25 personally.
I say top 15. See, the way I judge basketball, we've done this on Hoops and Brew. So make sure y'all check out the Hoops and Brew podcast. The way I look at basketball is it's the best 5 by floor positionings, right? That's the best 5 players in the NBA. The best 5 by floor positioning. There is not 3 small forwards who had a greater career than Scottie Pippen. It's not 3.
Because he was on the team with the greatest player to ever
Michael had to play with him too. That's what I understand.
Mike played with him too. Was on a losing team. He was a loser. Complete loser.
Bradley Beal.
He's Bradley Beal. Was a loser.
He was Bradley Beal.
Oh, and guess what happened when you give Bradley Beal a decent team? You're not gonna call Kyle Kuzma Scottie Pippen, are you?
If they win 6 rings, I just might.
Hold up.
If they win 6 rings, I just might. If they win 6 rings, I just might.
Look good. He looked good. Looking good out there right now. The other game, he had 18 points and 18 rebounds. I was like, who's over there rebounding?
By the way, I just want to say I told everybody that he was nothing to be sneezed on. Now, he might not necessarily be better than Brandon Ingram, like I said, but when he's given shots and opportunity, he's going to have a greater career than Brandon Ingram.
That's fair. He might.
That's my whole point. But
that wasn't your point at the time.
No, it was my point. It was my point. I was like, he playing with Bron, he gonna get a ring, and if he get a ring, all he got to do is just be decent for the rest of his career, and you gonna remember him. Like Kyle Kuzma is a name. Like he hasn't produced to be a name, but he a champion. The same way Scottie Pippen is a champion, and Scottie Pippen is like, okay,
you about to lie right now,
right? Now, perfect example. Cleveland being like, oh, well, Kyle Kuzma, you won your ring because of LeBron James. He's like, well, y'all won y'all only ring because of LeBron James. Like, don't sit up here and tell me that I wasn't a participant when I was a participant. I'm not the guy, but I was an equal participant, which I understand and I feel Scottie on.
Whoa. You just curved
like sour grapes.
No,
it's
not. It's not because
Mike give him his credit.
No, he doesn't.
Not really.
No, he doesn't. He does a horrible job at it.
Yeah, he never really
does a horrible job at it.
Never.
He's never even came out and said, I would never win a championship without Scottie Pippen.
That's not true. That's not true.
Just tell me where he said it.
He said it in The Last Dance.
He said, I will not win a championship without Scottie Pippen.
He literally said, people love to talk about Michael Jordan and what Michael Jordan did, but there would be no Michael Jordan. There would be no championships without Scottie Pippen. He said that.
Okay, he needs to. So if he said that, he needs to make a documentary.
He did.
So I can be wrong. He needs to make a. He needs to make a documentary.
Yeah, said those words.
I didn't see that. But if he did say,
was the greatest teammate I ever had. People love to talk about Michael Jordan, but there would be no Michael Jordan championships without Scottie Pippen. He said that in a documentary.
At the end, after 9 hours of Jordan praise.
But I'm Jordan.
There was 3 straight hours in which they only showed Michael Jordan. It was like par 5 to par 7 in which nobody showed up besides Michael Jordan.
Glass, do you watch football?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, Scottie
you want to talk about Tom Brady?
Rob Gronkowski.
Mm-mm. No, look, no, listen.
It's like Rob
TP.
Helped Tom get a lot of rings, but Tom is Tom.
But TB, I have an issue. Even like the last Super Bowl, everybody was like, Tom Brady was so great. The defense is why he won that game.
Yeah,
they held Pat Mahomes to fucking 6 points.
Yeah,
why are we talking about Tom Brady? He wasn't that damn good.
He wasn't. That's a whole other point. But what I want to focus on is how great Scottie Pippen is. And I think it gets lost because the way we look at basketball, I've talked to y'all about this a lot, where it's scoring. It's all scoring. Who's scoring the most points? But Scottie Pippen as an offensive player is kind of the prototype for a point forward. Magic Johnson was actually a point guard. Scottie Pippen is the point forward, right? Where He could orchestrate your offense. He can make the quality passes, and he can get you the bucket, right? So he was a top 3 small forward offensively in the game. He was going to make first team All-NBA, second team All-NBA, a third team All-NBA for 10 years. But defensively, he was the best small forward in the NBA by a mile. Michael Jordan was able to play with the best small forward in the NBA through the 90s.
For a decade, bro.
Who gets that opportunity?
You about to lie.
Who gets the opportunity to play with the best shooting guard of all time for a whole decade?
The best small forward.
Yeah, but he was the greatest shooting guard of all time before you became the best.
He wasn't the greatest shooting guard before. He was the best shooting guard. He wasn't the greatest shooting guard.
He was the greatest.
No.
Once Larry Bird called him a god, he was the greatest.
Oh, that's narrative. That's all marketing. That's all marketing.
So after year 3, he was the greatest shooting guard ever?
Yeah.
With the 34 wins?
Who you
they won 32 games that year, bro.
Player to player, no comparison.
There's no such thing as that. Player to players when they get their ass whooped and only won 33 games. That's player to player.
No, what I'm saying is you could pick any player. Who you gonna say before him? You gonna say
I'm telling you, there are players
before Michael Jordan. That's our honest question. Is it Rick Barry?
There are players who achieved more than Michael Jordan did. Well, he's a small forward. Jerry West probably would be that guy.
Yeah. Shout out to Jerry West. Jerry West always goes and gets some ice cream before the Clippers game.
Take all your disrespect back about Jerry West from all these years.
Yeah, take all that shit back. One of the greatest minds in the history of basketball.
And also one of the kindest human beings I done met. Shout out to Jerry West, man. He a cool dude.
He's a super mind. So the point I'm saying is Michael Jordan was the best shooting guard in the NBA those 3-4 years, but he wasn't the greatest shooting guard. He didn't have the greatest career for a shooting guard. Scottie Pippen, he had the luxury of playing with the best small forward in the NBA for 10 years, roughly.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay. Take away Michael Jordan's championships and also remove Kobe Bryant because we know Kobe Bryant is a spawn of Michael Jordan. Other than that, who's the greatest shooting guard of all time? It's
Jerry West.
If Michael Jordan still scored 35,000, no. If Mike still scored 35,000 points, won all them awards, MVPs, defensive player,
Jerry West
never won a ring, it's not Jerry West.
Whoa! We would never name somebody. We would never name anybody like that. That's like saying John Stockton is the best.
That's like saying Karl Malone is the best power forward. Nobody says Karl Malone is the best power forward
ever.
Yeah, but Karl Malone, not Michael Jordan. Karl Malone didn't win 6
if you
MVPs.
You literally just said if you take away
MVPs,
championships.
The MVPs come from winning seasons.
Exactly.
We got to take away winning seasons.
The MVP come from winning seasons, bro.
Michael Jordan would even have a winning season without Scottie Pippen.
Strip the championships away because y'all.
But he's not getting them same MVP.
He's not getting those MVPs without the records.
You don't know that.
Yes, you do.
How he gonna get them, G?
You don't know.
You not getting MVP winning 45 games, bro.
45.
Mike won.
He didn't win 45 games.
G.
Mike didn't have a winning season before Scottie Pippen.
And Michael Jordan would not have finished his entire career only winning 45 games. That's disrespectful.
You know how tough the East was?
Tracy McGrady. No.
You know how tough the East was?
The man was winning MVP and Defensive Player of the Year before they would get into the finals. No, stop. That's this is the problem. Like we're so.
So was Karl Malone.
Michael Jordan. We so far removed away.
So was Karl Malone.
He's like a mythical figure to us.
So he's not. So was Karl Malone.
Karl Malone didn't win as much as
Michael Jordan was the greatest loser before Scottie Pippen came along.
As Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan
got some of the most greatest accolades after Kareem ever. Honestly, Kareem
again based off of the fact that he played with Scottie Pippen.
No, I don't.
He wouldn't have winning. They're not going to give him 5 MVPs with losing seasons.
And this is the problem with Scottie. He's let y'all inflate his head too much.
No, I actually watched it, Tom. I actually watched it. I remember Michael Jordan, who we laughed at, that couldn't win a game.
So what?
So I was never impressed.
So what?
It was nothing impressive.
You weren't gonna stop him.
Who cares?
What you mean? Who cares? If you still all NBA, like
if you can't score 102 and the other team score 100, who cares?
But this is my question though, because I feel like your arguments they change on basketball. Because you'll be the same one that'd be like, oh, this guy made more Defensive Player of the Years, and he got more All NBA selections between All NBA and All Defense, as this other guy. Mike was getting All NBA and All Defense selections before Scottie Pippen. So my
listen, I'm not disagreeing.
Great players. Scottie is like to Draymond, because honestly, I think it's Steph, KD, then Draymond. But if you remove KD from their dynasty because he was there for a smaller period of time, it's really Steph Curry then Draymond in terms of who people will really remember from the Warriors, and then Clay is kind of like a third.
I don't think they'll remember Draymond more than they'll remember Clay. I think offense is memorable.
Yeah, but even then, you don't hear Clay complaining about Steph Curry.
What do you? It's because Clay is not
Clay's
Scottie
nowhere
Pippen.
near as good as Scottie Pippen.
Are you crazy?
I disagree with that.
Oh, you done lost your damn mind, sir.
You just literally just went down a list of why Michael Jordan was the best shooting guard, right? Because of his NBA and all of the appearances.
Scottie's not even the third best small forward of all time.
Of course he is.
No,
he's the third greatest. Yes, he is.
He's not better than LeBron.
How is he not? How is he not better than Elgin?
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't know. He has 6 chips.
Playing with the greatest player.
Mike never had one before him.
To be fair, Elgin barely played with Jerry West
and couldn't get 6.
And they won when he retired. And they won when he retired.
So keep going. Who had a greater career?
Larry Bird.
Okay,
with
yes,
you?
Larry Bird.
With you?
Yes.
No. And I love KD with all my heart and soul. No. He hasn't had a greater career than Scottie Pippen.
I don't know if I agree with that, but I understand why you say what you
KD has not had a greater career than Scottie Pippen at this point. I don't know if I agree with
that, but I understand why you're saying what you're saying.
Listen, Scottie Pippen made 9 to 10 all defensive first teams, 7 to 9 all NBA teams. He's probably the greatest small forward defender not named Kawhi Leonard. He literally is a 6-time champion.
That's better than him. Kawhi Leonard, I forgot.
No, he's not. He hasn't had a greater career. No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has.
No, he hasn't. He's championship short.
Stop. 2 defensive players of the year, 2 finals MVPs. Scottie Pippen has never won a finals MVP. Stop.
He has 6 championships.
Gee, he's never been the most valuable player in the series. Kawhi was twice.
Value is about best now?
Oh my God.
Are coupons the best because they give you the best value?
I'm gonna mute myself. Yes, they are. Yes,
I never heard that.
No.
If you took your girl out to dinner with coupons, she'd be embarrassed. She wouldn't be like, "This is the best value. This is the best date ever."
Then guess what? That's her problem.
She would not think this is the best date ever.
Because I listened to your last episode. You was talking to Peter about credit. I listened to your last episode.
Sure.
About credit. You was talking to Peter about credit, and y'all said that y'all feel like the single reason why or at least Peter, I believe, alluded to, like he feel like
agreed, and I agree with
2008 was due to the feminist movement and men over leveraging themselves into debt,
trying to impress women.
So if I can have a woman that's not appreciative of me using a coupon, what the fuck? Like how much do you really give a fuck about?
You still not gonna use coupons.
I'm not gonna use them because
I know why.
But don't tell me why.
No, you're not. You're not. You're not because your girl would not see that this is the best date ever. So don't overrate value or valuable.
I disagree with that though. I didn't take women out for less than $100 3 times and spent.
You never had a coupon.
And I never had a coupon. But
you could take a woman out for $13, but if you got a coupon, it's gonna be a different conversation.
You ain't gotta see that though.
You know the type of nigga you got to be to take a woman out with a coupon. You got to be like a cold type of nigga to take a woman out with a coupon, bro. You gotta be a different nigga.
But that's what Scottie Pippen is. He's taking a woman out with a coupon. And Michael Jordan is taking you to Maestros.
Michael Jordan couldn't take you to a winning season.
And Mike might not have been taking me to Roof Chris, but he was taking me to goddamn
Mike was taking you to McDonald's.
No,
and buying you a bunch of Big Macs and you happy about it.
So then what was Scottie taking us to 7-Eleven?
Scottie took you to the big show. Scottie took you to the second round of the playoffs without no Michael Jordan. He gave you a winning season without no Michael Jordan. I think you're really ungrateful. See, that's the thing when you deal with Jordan fans. Like they have a revisionist level of history where they just remember him hitting the last shot. And again, this is still Michael Jordan is the greatest shooting guard ever. You know what I mean? No questions. The best before he even won a championship. But again, the reason we talk about him is because he won 6 championships and multiple MVPs. He wins not 5 of those MVPs and probably no championships without Scottie Pippen. It'd been so hard. It'd been really tough. And
I'm sorry,
again, Michael Jordan without Scottie Pippen is not a winning season. Scottie Pippen without Michael Jordan is a winning season. That's just a fact.
They won one less game.
But you have to stop because by that point in time, they had built a championship caliber team. You also have to look at the team.
Championship caliber team.
Wait a minute. Question. Did you know Michael Jordan once played with George Gervin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then. He was on his last legs running out there limping around, and they went to the playoffs that year. So don't talk to me
with
about
30 wins.
It doesn't matter. You can
what
make
do you mean it doesn't matter?
It's a play-in game now. You can make the playoffs and not be 500 now.
Today.
You can do it back then.
Michael Jordan had the worst team in the East in the 80s.
Exactly.
No, because he was
Horace
fucked
Grant
up.
was better than everybody he played with in the 80s other than Scottie Pippen.
No, because he was fucked up. He was fucked up. The
That's
thing
not
about
like
Mike is
that's not true, by the way.
Listen, the thing about Mike is great he's a great scoring guard. He's the greatest defender at all of that. But that sometimes ain't what it takes to win. You might not be able to just score the ball and defend and win. You may have to get better out of your team. That's an important thing that you don't really give credence to. You're just not going to get that credence. Michael Jordan.
Give credence to the fact that they also had a different coach. Doug Collins was coaching versus Phil Jackson. Where does Phil rank in terms of your greatest coaches of all time?
Probably number one. Okay, we ain't gonna say Red Auerbach.
I'm gonna say I'm fine if whoever want to say Red and if
they right there, whatever it is.
They had a winning season without Doug though. I mean, they had winning seasons before Phil, but
yes,
Pippen was also there.
But
you mean they had winning seasons with Mike and Scottie? Scottie came.
Yeah, both of them.
Okay.
With Doug.
Yeah,
Scottie is
like that though. That's like if Zion and the Pelicans get successful in 3 years, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker's come on and start like playing real well, and they win a championship. People be like, oh well, he been there since the start. It's like, yeah, but like Zion had to round into form. Like,
yeah, but
it's come out and put up 26 and 8. But
Michael Jordan was rounded. Michael Jordan was rounded into forms. Listen, this is the oldest argument of scorers versus playmakers. Guys who can make everybody on the court better and guys who just do what they do. Like we watched Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the 70s struggle at times to make the playoffs, sometimes not make the playoffs because he was a great scorer and he could defend, but he couldn't make everybody on the court better. So if he didn't have the personnel, right, that was pretty great, it was going to be tough. That's the difference with Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. To be 100% honest, actually to be 117% honest, Scottie Pippen impacted winning more than Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen in their first championship that everybody keeps trying to revisit the history of Scottie Pippen guarding Michael Jordan.
You on
Scottie Pippen
guarding that man payroll?
No, because I'm not saying he's a greater player than Michael Jordan. I'm telling you he impacted winning more. I get it that the last shot was Michael Jordan because that's all you saw. Like we were just talking about earlier when we first started, where it was like you just remember the last shot. You don't remember the things Scottie did to make sure that team could win. Now, I'm not saying Michael Jordan didn't do, but Michael Jordan could do what he do on a losing team and a winning team, and either way, it didn't matter. If Scottie Pippen had a good game, the Bulls would win. If Michael Jordan had a good game, you still probably have a losing season. Michael Jordan averaged 28 as a fucking rookie, and they was getting whooped on every other day. Every day.
But you're not taking in consideration the fact of the other players that were on the team when Michael Jordan was getting his ass whooped.
He is.
Terrible.
No, listen. What he's saying is
absolutely terrible.
What he's look. What he's saying is, this is not me agreeing or disagreeing, but what he's saying is that the fact that Pippen is a playmaker, that those other people get involved in their numbers look better. Jordan
and can defend his ass off.
Yeah, it's like Jordan, he might get 60 points, but that's 60 points from Michael Jordan. If he just gonna score 60 and everybody else score 20 and play defense, and all I gotta do is score between all of us 85 and we win. So it's like you can score all them points, but it's just you. I mean, look, you could even go to look at Jordan with the Wizards and Scottie with Portland. Scottie with Portland. Now, granted, they didn't win the
Conference Finals.
And look, Scottie didn't have the best numbers on the team. But if you go back
and play defense,
like fifth option on that team.
Scottie was the best player on the team, and he was the leader of the team.
He's the best player on the team. It's just that he wasn't the best scorer on the team, but he was the best player on the team.
Basketball is a two-way thing.
She might have got you more buckets. David Stoudemire might have got you more buckets that time, but Scottie was the best basketball
nobody
player
was
on the
really
team.
going crazy scoring on that team.
Yeah, like 18 was the most points. Like Scottie probably was 14, 18 was probably the most points. And if you look at the Wizards, when Mike came back, they couldn't make the playoffs.
Tradition and Mike's style. Mike averaged 26, can't go nowhere. Michael Jordan became Michael Jordan again with the Wizards.
So what would Scottie Pippen have done with that Wizards team? Talk to me.
He would have took them further. Listen,
they probably would have made the playoffs.
What's further?
No, they might have made the playoffs. No, Joe, they might have made the
playoffs. This is the truth. The truth is, this is the same conversation of scorer versus playmaker, right? And Michael Jordan is tough because he's also a defender. He's not just a scorer. He could defend his ass off. Scottie Pippen was going to get more people involved and still play the highest level of defense. That's why the Bulls were successful at the highest levels. With Michael Jordan, they weren't. Michael Jordan just get his numbers. He was Carmelo Anthony. That might be a push, but he was pretty close.
I'm so glad you're not on our show because I would be because I'm glad that I'm on your show and I listen to your show. I actually listen to your show. So
that might have been a bit harsh. That might have been a bit harsh.
I know. That might have been. Stop. I want you to stop because I'm trying to hold my composure.
Because that might have been a bit harsh.
So I'm not going to yell and scream.
That might have been a bit harsh. I didn't mean quite that.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Well, because Jordan on the Wizards is the same, is 22, 24 points. Jordan on the Bulls is 28, 30 points. Neither one of them, both of them have losing seasons. He probably won the same amount of game on the Wizards. How many games did he win as a Wizard?
You need to be stopped. I don't know who's gonna stop.
Well, let's just focus on facts. How many games did Michael Jordan win on the Wizards?
I'm looking it up right now.
Like I think Michael Jordan is the greatest scoring guard ever. But let's stop acting like
the first year they were 37 and 45.
That sounds like Michael Jordan record on the Bulls without Scottie Pippen.
Next year they were 37 and 45.
That's Michael Jordan without Pippen. He was the same Jordan.
Yeah, they were 37 and 45 both years.
Sound like Jordan.
And tell me what Pippen was doing both of them years with his averages.
Western Conference Finals.
With Damon Stoudemire, Rasheed Wallace, in a good Portland Trailblazers.
Stop talking like Rasheed Wallace. Stop acting like Rasheed Wallace was some kind of shit.
What you mean? She was hard back then.
Mighty Mouse do act like she just a little bit better than. Hold on, wait.
Stop it.
Didn't that team have Cliff Robinson on it too off the bench?
Cliff Robinson?
Really? Yes. Really? He was coming off the bench. I believe when he on that team.
Bro.
Cliff
Robinson?
Yeah.
That was the
Cliff had some decent years as a stretch shooter.
The funny thing about those Blazers teams, good years of funny thing about those Blazers teams is those were low-key the jail Blazers. Like when Pippen was there the first year, they were. I'm gonna look at the roster, make sure Pippen was there. The first years when they lost to Shaq and them, they were 53 and they were 59 and 23. Next year they were 50 and 32. They lost in the first round to the Lakers. Next year they were 49 33, lost in the first round to the Lakers. The next year, which is 02-03, Jordan in the league, 50 and 32. And then the next year, everyone leaves, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Pippen isn't there anymore, and they go to 41 and 41.
So Jordan has never had a winning season without Scottie Pippen. And Scottie Pippen has always had a winning season without Michael Jordan.
This is really where you going with this, huh?
I mean, is it the truth?
Like you serious?
I'm going into the light. I'm going into the light. Is it the truth?
I respect you enough not to call you a troll because I know
I'm asking you, but I'm asking you,
believe these things because I get texts from you.
Just help me and understand it's not the truth. Did Michael Jordan ever have a winning season without Scottie Pippen?
Now I got to get on my phone.
Just slow down.
He didn't.
He never had a winning season without Scottie Pippen.
Got to get drafted.
Oh, let me finish. Did Scottie Pippen have?
Yeah, Scottie Pippen a winning season or making the playoffs matter to you?
Winning season.
When did Pippen get? I think Pippen got drafted 87. I think it was.
Yeah.
Probably not. Nah, probably not. Because the first year he got drafted, I think that's when
they finally started winning.
And defense player of the year. First,
I wonder why. I wonder. Things that make you go, I wish I could play that song right now. Things that make you go home. So the first year Scottie comes in the league, Michael Jordan wins the MVP and defensive player. Things that make you go,
Now, to be fair, his second year in the league, he was hurt.
Yes, he
was hurt. To be fair,
things that make you go,
No, wait a minute. But you also discount the fact that he did break his foot.
Things that make you go,
What do you mean to make you go, He broke his foot.
How many MVPs did he win without Scottie Pippen?
Bro, he played 2 seasons before Scottie Pippen came into the league.
How many MVPs did he win with? Okay, so listen. So let me get this right.
Because you're not using context to make your argument, and that's what I'm saying.
Okay, okay. How many winning seasons? How many winning seasons did he have without? How many winning seasons did he have in the Wizards?
He literally came into the league. He lost. He was 21. The next year he broke his foot. He played 18 games. The year afterwards,
what was his first year as when he was 21? How many games did they win?
When he was 21, hold on, maybe I gotta look. Sorry, I'm looking on my phone. When he was 21, they won 38 games. They were 38 and 44. What are you talking about?
Oh, it's another rookie that came a few years. It was a rookie that came a few years earlier that actually was able to win. He was 20,
and they made the playoffs
at 38 and 40. The East was trash.
And the next year, made the playoffs.
How many games they win?
30.
The next year,
it was 30. I think it was 30 and 52.
The next year, made the playoffs.
How many games they win? How many games did they win?
They made the playoffs every year with Scottie Pippen one there, so I don't want to hear that.
How many games did they win? How many games did they have a winning season?
They were never above 500, no, but they made the playoffs.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Has Scottie Pippen ever been below 500 without Michael Jordan?
No.
You have to use some context though, bro. But okay.
Okay.
You talking about championship level teams where Scottie Pippen was not the best player.
The Wizards had Richard Hamilton, Kwame Brown, Hubert Davis, Brendan Haywood, Popeye Jones, Christian Laettner, Tyronn Lue.
One of the worst teams of all time.
Is that the excuse we make for Michael Jordan all the time?
No, I'm serious.
Wait.
The only good players on that team were Kwame Brown. No, literally.
One thing I will say. Here we go. Jerry Stackhouse, the year before we got traded, led the league in scoring. I think he came to the Wizards and dropped off to whatever the hell it was because Mike was the one taking the shots. If that's Scottie, look, this is not me saying.
So the following year, they had Kwame Brown, Brendan Haywood, Larry Hughes, Jared Jeffries, Christian Laettner, Tyronn Lue, Charles Oakley, Byron Russell, Jerry Stackhouse.
No, look up Jerry Stackhouse numbers before he went to the Wizards.
And that team won 37 games.
In Detroit. He led league in scoring in Detroit.
And that team was below 400. And that team was below 500. That's one. I wonder. Scottie Pippen impacts winning more than Michael Jordan. It's true. Is he a greater winner than Michael Jordan? No. Does he impact winning more? Yes.
So Michael and that Blazers team, they wouldn't have been winners?
No.
They would
have won 42 games.
Too many balls.
No. Hold up.
Going up, GD.
They would have won 40 games.
Going up, G. That's too many shots going up.
He would shoot too much. He don't know what else to do.
Too many shots going up, bro. You got Damon Stoudemire, Shee, Bonzi Wells, Jordan. First of all, Jordan would have fought them number one.
Yeah, they would have never got along.
They would have succumbed to his will.
Then
they would have played better.
Rasheed Wallace would have slapped the dog shit out of Jordan.
Rasheed Wallace would have beat Michael Jordan.
Rasheed Wallace would have beat the shit out of Michael Jordan.
He would not have.
Yes, he would
not
have.
No, he would not have. You know what happened? You know how in that commercial that they had where they like blurred the background out and it's Kobe dribbling the ball versus Scottie and he's crossed Scottie ass up and Scottie completely go out the frame and then he throw the lob to Shaq. Mike ripping Kobe and they going down and the Blazers going to the finals.
No, he
wasn't.
Scottie
Pippen on the team.
You would have never got to the conference final. Has Michael Jordan ever got to the conference finals without Scottie Pippen? Never.
Did Kobe drop 50 on Mike in a half?
Yes, he did. It happened. I know you don't think Wizards Mike would have been able to do something with Kobe. Wizard Mike couldn't do nothing with AI.
They would have been fine. Then they couldn't do nothing with Mike.
No, they wouldn't.
With that blistering 22 a game?
What do you mean?
That blistering?
That 22 was great for the Portland Trail Blazers.
That sun scored. Hold up, that sun scorching 22. Listen.
This is all about jealousy, and y'all just don't want to come to the realization.
It's time to give credit. It's time to give credit to Scottie Pippen because he's earned it.
He get his credit.
No, he doesn't. You treat him like he's help.
He was help.
He's not.
That's and that's why
the
problem. He's mad.
He's not Magic Johnson. He's not Magic Johnson.
Scottie Pippen was
Magic Johnson to Kareem is not as important as.
Excuse me? How do you make
what?
How?
What do you mean how? Because Magic was clearly the best player on the team once he was on that team.
That's not
Scottie
true.
was never the best. That's you lying.
That's not true.
Bro, Magic was the best player on that team once he
got drafted. That's not true.
Kareem won MVP that year.
He didn't come in with the hype. Yeah, who came in and won a championship?
He didn't come in with the hype. Fuck you mean he didn't come in with
the number one pick in the country.
No, I'm talking about the hype as in being better than Kareem. He didn't come in with the hype of being. He was better than Kareem.
Until about like
not the first year.
84, 85.
Not the first
year.
Sure.
Better than Kareem the moment he came into the league. Yes, he was.
This is a lie.
No, that's a lie.
No, it's not.
This is a lie.
Kareem was the MVP that year in the NBA.
They literally thought the finals was over because the man sprained his ankle.
And my nigga showed up and showed you what he was.
Exactly.
And we couldn't say
the best player on the team.
No. He could and he didn't make an excuse, say he didn't have help.
Who? Magic?
Yeah.
You in the fucking finals. What you mean?
He took whatever he had. He took whatever he had and gave you a 50 piece.
This man Scottie back was out there going bad. Are you talking to me about? Come on, man.
Wait. I want to
talk about Scottie in general with this back thing because he looks like, they got talking about Michael Jordan with the flu game. Like you were half dead with your back. Of course,
hold on.
Michael Jordan got what's the issue? Your back is bad.
Hold on,
it's been bad.
TP. Scottie Pippen had the best plus minus on the team in that game. He was a plus 12. Granted, he did not score that many points, but even if you look at that game, the reason why he wants him out here, he still played solid defense. He brought the ball up court, and he was a reason why Michael Jordan could go out there and drop 44 points. Can you imagine? Because also underrated part, Harp had a bad knee in that game. Can you imagine if Jordan has to bring the ball up court every single play, play defense on whoever, and go score 44 points? That's a lot. At least Scottie is there to walk the ball up court
and defend.
Mike can go post up. We have heard many times about how Mike said he used to get rest in games. Like, all right, you know what? Today
you go post up.
Yeah, let me go. If you look at that, a lot of them shots was post ups. A lot. I'm just saying he had the best plus minus on the game. But this goes back to everything ain't just about
Scottie. Hey, Scottie, you need to send Pavi a case of your bourbon and send Glasses one of your books that's signed. Because we're being honest. It's not
because we're not drinking. We're not drinking the Michael Jordan Kool-Aid.
It's not about being dishonest.
It is. You're being disingenuous if you call Scottie Pippen the help.
He gets his credit.
No, he doesn't. You just reference him. You reference him as Jeffrey,
a teammate that helped Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls win a championship.
No, he is the reason
the best player on the team. He was never the best player on the team when he played with Michael Jordan.
What does that mean?
No, stop. He's arguably, I believe he's the second greatest second option of all time after Kobe Bryant to Shaq. Because
after Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No, I disagree because I think Kareem and Magic, that was like I said, once Magic got there to me, like even with
so that means Kareem would be the second option.
Kareem was at the end of his career. Kareem is like what AD is to LeBron right now. LeBron number 2, AD is the best player on the team.
He been the best player on the team.
The same thing with Magic. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that don't mean you.
LeBron and the AD duo was not in my top 2. I'm sorry. Give me Mike and Scottie and Kobe and Shaq.
But again, this is important, right? And this is really important to focus on the facts, right? The facts is Michael Jordan doesn't have a winning season without Scottie Pippen. The facts is Scottie Pippen has not had a winning season without Michael Jordan.
And the facts are Michael Jordan made the postseason 3 seasons without Scottie Pippen, including a year in which he broke his foot and they were trying to tank to get a high draft pick, and they still made the playoffs. Michael Jordan at that same point in time was still all NBA. And
that just tells you how bad the East was.
And he was called a god by the guy who was technically the best player in the league at that point in time, and Larry Bird.
And whooped his ass.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I don't know why he was the best player in the NBA. That was a whole nother story, but we're not gonna get to that.
So who was the best player in the NBA? Hakeem?
I mean, Magic Johnson was already better by that point. I know nobody would give him credit, but it's all good. It's all good. He was better. He was already better. Yeah. Magic was the best player of the 80s. Period. Hands down.
But me saying when he came in, he was instantly better than Kareem is blasphemous. Come
on. I'm gonna watch that because Kareem was that nigga when he first came in. For sure. Kareem was getting buckets. Now, I get he got hurt and Magic went out there and closed the door and all that, but the door was able to be closed as well. The point I'm saying is this. Scottie Pippen impacts winning more than Michael Jordan. It doesn't make him a greater player, right? It's not a greater player than Michael Jordan, right? But the reality is he impacts winning greater.
Yeah, but you say that, and then but you add a but after it when you say that Michael Jordan's greatness is conditioned upon Scottie Pippen.
No, I'm telling you, 100%, 100%. Michael Jordan would not be
a winner without Scottie Pippen, and I'm fine with you saying he wasn't.
So name the greatest loser.
Probably Tracy McGrady,
Elgin Baylor,
Allen Iverson,
Elgin Baylor.
No disrespect.
Karl Malone.
Karl Malone is the greatest. So he'd be Karl Malone. He'd be a better version of Karl Malone.
But you don't think
literally be better than Karl Malone.
In the pantheon of great players, Karl Malone is still not the best at his position.
If he won, he would be.
If he won, he would be.
If he won, he would be.
There has been no player that has come along since Michael Jordan or before Michael Jordan that if Michael Jordan accumulated the same statistics and the same MVPs and all that shit, because
MVPs only count because Scottie Pippen.
Those are regular.
How many MVPs did he win without Scottie Pippen?
You can't say that. He was in his third year when Scottie Pippen was drafted.
Of course you can. Did he win? Did he win the MVP? Did he win the MVP? Did he win? That's not the same.
It is the same.
Klay Thompson is not Scottie Pippen. He was not. Klay Thompson does not have the accomplishments. Scottie Pippen is disrespectful. Scottie Pippen accomplished this on his own
with Michael Jordan by his side.
And Michael Jordan only won MVPs with Scottie by his side. He wouldn't win one.
But you can't acknowledge that Michael Jordan was probably, if not the best player, one of the best players in the league at that point in time with Scottie Pippen.
That don't mean you get MVP though.
That don't mean you win MVP.
MVP is a record-based award.
But I disagree with that. It's not a record-based award because Russell Westbrook won an MVP when he was a 6th seed.
They won 45 games and he had a triple-double. They won 45 games
in his third year.
Listen.
It's not his third year. He would not have had a winning season.
But TP. He won one. And Russ put up damn near those same numbers after that. He won one MVP. Yes, Mike would have got an MVP because Mike is incredible. He would have put up incredible numbers and somehow would have got an MVP.
But that would have
not getting 6.
That would, that's not going to happen.
No, literally.
So he wouldn't make all NBA every year?
He
wouldn't be all
100%.
He still wouldn't have all NBAs?
He'd be Karl Malone. He'd be Karl Malone.
He still had them all
He'd be Karl Malone.
Ask you a question.
He'd be Karl
Malone. He'd be Karl Malone. If you give Karl Malone 2 rings, do you understand he's the greatest power forward of all time?
If you give Karl Malone Scottie Pippen,
he's not better than Tim Duncan.
You're lying.
You're lying.
No, you're lying.
He has better numbers across the board.
No, he's not greater than Tim Duncan.
He has better numbers. The only separation is winning. He has greater numbers across the board
than Tim Duncan.
But I would argue that Tim Duncan had better teams than Karl Malone.
He didn't.
I disagree with that.
He didn't.
I disagree with that.
John Stockton without championships is better than Tony Parker.
Yeah, he is.
So it's not.
But what about Manu? No, but it goes 3
Stop talking Manu. Stop talking. Manu was not the reason they. I don't know why do y'all keep doing this. I get it that y'all liked him. I get y'all like the Eurostep, but Manu Ginobili is not. Y'all talk about him like he's Scottie Pippen, dog.
No, nobody said he's Scottie Pippen. If you mentioned Tony Parker in the context of being the second option, so under the same.
I don't mention Tony Parker as
on the Spurs.
Listen, again, those are offensive questions. I don't judge basketball in that kind of intellectual.
Who was
lazy
the second
space.
best player on the Spurs teams?
Listen, the best.
Depends on what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And you would
at
need
first
to say
David Robinson.
Manu. Okay.
At first David Robinson. What the fuck?
Then Tony Parker.
You can take away the ring with David Robinson. Take away the ring with David Robinson. Tim Duncan's career is still greater than Karl Malone's.
No.
Okay.
No. If he doesn't have, if neither one have rings, people will say Karl Malone had a greater career.
Facts. Because he scored 31,000 points.
Yep. They give him that. It's true.
It's facts.
It's true. It's true.
The thing that separates Tim Duncan from everybody else is winning.
Michael Jordan. Same argument about Michael Jordan.
Our argument is this: that he wouldn't have
better than Michael Jordan.
We would never ever say Karl Malone was the greatest power forward, no matter what he accomplished, because he did.
Greatest power forward.
Tim Duncan, the guy who won the championship.
And then after him,
Dennis Rodman for me.
No.
Yes.
Giannis. And by your same metrics, Dennis Rodman should be ahead of
Not yet.
And also, this is the other thing.
Wait a minute, by my metrics, who'll be better than Tim Duncan?
This is the other thing. Dennis Rodman played with Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. So why is it that you all automatically heap all of this credit onto Scottie Pippen for being the second option when Dennis Rodman was there for the second three-peat?
I don't know if you noticed this. I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you noticed. I have Dennis Rodman higher than Scottie Pippen.
So why are you making an argument to me about Scottie Pippen being underappreciated, but you have Dennis Rodman ranked higher than Scottie Pippen?
Because you're talking about three of the top 15 NBA players ever.
But look, this fucks more with your Jordan praise though. Now he's really saying stop praising Jordan so much.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't. Because every guard that wins multiple championships in the NBA usually has a great power forward or a center behind them. Lie to me. Including Stephen Curry. Draymond Green has been right there behind him.
People don't praise Draymond enough.
But that's not my point.
I agree.
My point is, it's like Clay coming back and be like, "Well, I ain't getting enough credit for the
Stop doing that for Clay.
Draymond
Clay is not. That. Yes, Draymond can say that.
Why can Draymond say that? Then Rodman can say that about Scottie Pippen.
He has said that. He has said that. Man. Matter of fact, Michael Jordan says specifically, we don't. First off, they got bounced without Rodman. They got bounced by Shaq without Rodman. They go to their worst enemy. This is how cold Jordan is. Scottie doesn't even want Dennis Rodman. He's like, yo, we hate this dude. Mike, like, fuck that. I got to win. That shows you Mike is hell-bent on winning.
Oh, but without Scottie Pippen, he wouldn't have been a winner. He wouldn't have still been trying to go get the best players in the league to come and play with him. Like, it's disrespectful to Mike for y'all sit up here trying to act like Scottie Pippen is like, we're not in a situation where it's like Casey and JoJo. It's not Casey and JoJo. Mike is Michael Jackson. Scottie Pippen is whoever the second Jackson brother that was in line.
Quincy Jones.
No. Phil Jackson is Quincy Jones.
No.
Stop it.
No.
Stop.
No. Okay. Then, I got you.
He's Janet.
No, he's Rod Temperton. You don't even know who Rod Temperton is.
I know who Rod Temperton is. He wrote Thriller and he wrote a bunch of songs on Thriller.
Whoa, hold on, pause. Whoa, wait, what? Michael Jackson didn't write Thriller?
No, that's not true. He actually, this is the thing. Mike would come in with voice notes.
No, he wouldn't.
That's not true. Go listen to the Thriller Deluxe album.
I know how. I actually know exactly. This right up my alley.
Here we go.
This is right up my alley.
This is
right up my alley.
But it's the thing.
No. Let me get this point.
He didn't write Thriller.
No, he didn't write
Michael Jackson.
Again, Michael Jackson ain't shit without Rod Temperton.
And Rod Temperton ain't shit without Michael Jackson.
Except he had the heat. Except Rod Temperton had already wrote hits.
Michael Jackson didn't have hits before Rod Temperton?
Hits with the Jackson 5. Or he had knockoff Marvin Gaye hits. Where he stole Marvin Gaye's song.
A hit is a hit. Marvin Gaye and the rest of the people at Motown sang everybody else's song until it was a hit.
I'm just telling you, Rod Temperton is responsible for the Michael Jackson we see. The one that we praise. Let me finish. Let me finish. He's responsible for the way we view Michael Jackson. Like right now, the reason we see Michael Jordan the way we see him is because of Scottie Pippen. Without him, he's Michael Jackson of the Jackson 5. He's a dope thing. We love him to death. Coolest kid in the world. He did that bullshit ass movie that everybody overpraised like it was really great. It wasn't. But in reality, he would have just been a
Space Jam wasn't great.
No, not Jordan. Space Jam definitely wasn't great, but
come on, G.
Michael Jackson did that movie as well. Michael Jackson did The Wiz. He got the Wiz too. Michael just same nigga.
Rod Temperton only wrote the song Thriller, Baby Be Mine, and A Lady in My Life.
He wrote listen.
As though
Michael Jackson is Thriller.
Was off the wall.
Michael Jackson is Thriller.
Michael Jackson, bro.
No, he's not.
Jackson is the moonwalk.
Michael Jackson
is the moonwalk. Michael
that's
Jackson
stolen.
Is the glove.
That's stolen.
It doesn't matter.
It's not him. Thriller is him.
Oh my God. No, it's not.
Listen, Thriller is Michael Jackson's most famous song.
I've had this argument with this man many times before. This is his most famous song. It's his probably worst song, but it's his most famous song.
That's my point, though. You're telling me,
but again,
Lil Nas X and call shit popless and soulless and all this other shit. Like, what made Thriller so soulful? It was
you have to ask
Michael
the
Jackson
general.
made Thriller soulful.
No, it's not, but it's more than
just some popcorn bullshit. If it wasn't Michael Jackson,
it's more than soul, right? It's more than soul. Like, and I'm glad you brought that up.
The soul of Michael Jackson, because
it's not the soul. It's not the soul. It's the combination.
If Sting would have made Thriller in the 80s, people would have called that shit corny. The same way you call this shit Lil Nas X,
and it still would have went platinum.
But
that's not
the soul.
But that's not the. Let's focus on. Let's focus on the point. The point is very much Michael Jackson's calling card is Thriller. Michael Jordan's calling card is 6-0. Without Scottie Pippen, without Rod Temperton, the way we view the mics, we would not view them. It's a fact. That's a fact. If Jordan is Michael Jackson, then Scottie Pippen is Rod Temperton, and Phil Jackson is Quincy Jones. Without those components, without Rod Temperton writing Thriller, Michael Jackson's greatest and signature song, we would not see. Matter of fact, you don't have an album that sells 40 million. You don't have the title of the album. You don't have the single that became the greatest, possibly the greatest song ever. You don't have it. So I'm not saying Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson would have not been great without those things. Michael Jackson was already great, like Jordan was great. But the way we see them is rooted in these particular great men being a part. And they're not just like the nigga that's the engineer. They're not the nigga going to 7-Eleven. Rod Temperton is Rod motherfucking Temperton. He's not some motherfucking run-of-the-mill motherfucker. It's like trying to give him too much credit without giving it to Phil. Again, let's remember Jordan before. It's not because of the years. It's because he literally didn't impact winning as much as Scottie Pippen. That's a fact.
But do you
it's
hear
not to say he's a greater player.
Do you hear how far your explanation has gone? You've gone from equating Scottie Pippen to being where he was to now he's below Dennis Rodman, and you compare him to Rod Temperton.
Like, I think Scottie Pippen. Listen,
Rod Temperton has written some of the greatest songs to ever be written in music history. No cap. Go and look up his discography. He's written some of the greatest.
I know Rod shit.
I know you know that. I'm talking about people who listen to this.
Okay,
so no disrespect to Rod, but like the same way Rod helped Mike with that one, Mike still
he also wrote Rock with You.
Before that,
he also wrote Rock with You.
He did.
Yes, hum that.
I hum it all the time. I love it.
So all I'm saying is, I'm not taking credit.
I love it.
I'm not taking credit.
But it needed Michael Jackson. It would have been nothing without Michael Jackson.
You're missing the you're missing the point.
Rod Temperton don't go around bashing Michael Jackson.
I'm happy you said that. I'm happy you said that because you made one of my points from a very long time ago.
Which point?
You said the Bulls were nothing without Jordan.
The Bulls were nothing with the Bulls. The second part of the Bulls would be nothing without Rodman. They would be nothing without Kukoc.
No, they would be a winning.
Without Horace Grant.
They would have a winning season.
They would be nothing without Horace Grant.
They'd have a winning season.
No, they wouldn't have.
They had a winning season without Horace Grant and Michael Jordan. They had a winning season without it.
They did have a winning season without Horace Grant and Michael Jordan. That's actually true.
They did have a winning season.
They were winning with
Hall of Famer and Tony Kukoc. This is my thing. Yeah, you're being convenienced with your
you've
been convenient with your context. Like the Bulls always had two Hall of Famers on the team.
Trailblazers, there was a winning season. Trailblazer, there was a winning season.
Yes, but that's a team.
And also, Kukoc is a Hall of Famer because he was on the Bulls.
The same bros. And Scottie Pippen. No, stop. And Scottie Pippen is regarded as highly as he is because he was on the Bulls with Michael Jordan.
And Michael Jordan is regarded as highly
Dennis
as
Rodman is regarded as highly as he is because he was on the Bulls.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you. He was already something. He was actually just as famous as Michael Jordan when he joined the Bulls. That's true. But the point I'm trying to make is Michael Jackson the same version of Michael Jackson without Rock with You and without Thriller? He isn't.
I disagree with that.
I'm not saying he's not an all-time great. I'm not saying he's not a great talent. I'm telling you, is he the Michael Jackson that we talk about? No.
I disagree with that. You have to stop.
He's not.
He's not, bro.
That makes sense.
If you don't have Rock with You, if you don't have Rock with You,
since he was like 10.
Bro, he's Marky Mark.
You have to. That's so disrespectful.
He's
That's
Omarion.
So you act like you never heard Off the Wall.
He's Omarion.
Rock With You is not the only song on Off the Wall.
But it's the most important song. It's the most important song. It's
Don't
Smash.
Stop Till You Get Enough one to smash?
That's a knockoff Marvin Gaye song that they stole from Marvin Gaye.
It's still not a smash?
It's actually not even a great song.
The rest of Thriller is not fire? Beat It is not a smash?
I love Beat
It.
And
what universe am I living in? Billie Jean is not a smash?
Billie Jean is a knockoff Hall & Oates song.
I don't care.
If you don't care about this, yes, it's I Can't Go For That. Hall & Oates. It's the same exact song. Let me finish. He stole their song. He didn't even re-sing it. He could have just re-sang the song. He actually stole it and made another version of it. This is another thing. The reality is, without Rock With You and without Thriller, we don't see Michael Jackson the same way we see him today. That's not to say he's not an all-time great talent. It's not to say Michael Jordan's not an all-time great talent without Scottie Pippen. Is he the version of Michael Jordan that we talk about? Fuck no.
But technically, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough was a bigger song than Rock With You. So that's my point. You can call it a knockoff, but Michael Jackson was the engine and the soul that made the machine run.
No, he's not.
Yes, he was.
Michael Jackson had albums before Off the Wall and after the Jackson 5s that all flopped.
He was one of the biggest artists in the world. And they was wondering how he was going to transition.
He was flopping. Ben was a flop. It was flops all in between.
God.
Quincy Jones came and helped the man, and you're trying to take credit. Phil Jackson came and made him. And then they got Rod Temperton, and then we get Air Jordan, the guy that's doing Space Jam, the 6 championships.
Then
the
we
6
get Air
MVP.
Jordan. We didn't have a Jordan 1s in 86, 87. We didn't have them back then.
Again, I'm not saying you didn't have Michael Jordan. I'm not saying you didn't have the Jackson 5s. I'm not saying you didn't have Dance Machine. I'm not saying you didn't have ABC. I'm not saying you didn't have these fantastic songs. I'm telling you the way we view Michael Jackson is because of Rock With You and Thriller. The way we view Michael Jordan is because of the 6 rings and the MVPs. That is the overall idea of why the country, the world sees him this way. That has no chance of happening at all without Scottie Pippen. Like it has no chance at all of happening without Rod Temperton. It's not going to happen. I get it. I'm not saying Michael Jordan is not more important than Scottie Pippen. I'm not saying in the grand scheme of things. I'm telling you what Rod Temperton did is more important than what Michael Jackson did.
Run on the album Thriller without the song before the album named Thriller. The run he had before the song Thriller was even released. The Girl Is Mine with Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney. Billie Jean, Beat It, Want to Be Starting Something, Human Nature, PYT. And then Thriller came out after all of that. That's
and you know why Thriller is bigger than all of those songs.
On top, but we not.
It's the reason it sold 40 million.
And Beat It is 4-time platinum.
It's the reason Thriller sold 40 million. Without it, it's Purple Rain. Without Thriller, it's Purple Rain. Without Thriller, it's Purple Rain. Without Thriller is Purple Rain. That's what separated him from Prince. Thriller. Outside of that, Prince can make Beat It. Prince can make Billie Jean. Prince can make the girl. Prince can make blah blah blah. He can make all that. You know what Prince couldn't make? Because you know why? He couldn't dance like Michael Jackson in Thriller. He couldn't hit that routine, and he thought it was too corny to play a zombie. That's what made him great.
I said what I said about the Lil Nas X shit. You mentioned the word corny. You call him corny numerous times, right? And you said that it's like a pop contrived thing. If the pop contrived thing that Michael Jackson does becomes popular, you can't fault the artist for the thing becoming popular when I done gave y'all 6 smashes back to back.
I'm not faulting Michael Jackson. I'm telling you, I'm not.
Forever. Still gave y'all decades of smashes.
And Michael Jordan was scoring a bunch of points, but without Thriller,
called a god by guys that are considered in their profession,
and that is not I've been called that. That's not enough. That's not enough. The general public is Thriller. The general public is 6-0.
So if people call you a god, which I believe you're a rap god, especially West Coast rap god, what's your NBA comparison? I bet you're not telling me it's Scottie Pippen.
Mahmoud Abdul Rauf.
Man.
One of them niggas that was just like cold that niggas tried to front on. But I'm about to turn it into Ben Wallace on you niggas. I'm about to be the only undrafted nigga to ever go to the. I'm finna come on so strong at the end of my career. I'm gonna win 5 defensive player of the years in a row. I'm gonna have a chip or 2 to talk about when it's all said and done. And niggas ain't gonna never give me my credit. But I don't need these niggas too. Just like my nigga Ben, like my nigga Scottie.
No, that's
real niggas give Scottie their credit.
You need the credit.
Real niggas give Scottie their credit.
You don't need your credit.
Real niggas give Scottie their credit.
No, but that's not the point.
Like real niggas give Rod Temperton his credit.
Yeah, but Rod not running around saying y'all giving Mike too much credit. He doesn't.
That's because Michael Jackson ain't making a fucking documentary every 2 days. Like I did this on my own.
Nigga, it's like a million Michael Jackson documentaries. He didn't.
Everybody else made it. Mike ain't made one documentary at all. Mike ain't fucking with y'all.
That's true.
Okay,
that's true.
Okay, I'm fine with
that's
that.
True.
I'm fine with that.
Michael Jordan making the last dance. Michael Jordan making the last dance because LeBron James making his push.
Mike is also dead, though.
Look, he's making his push because LeBron James, he was like, hold on, let me shut this nigga down. Then he trying to make my Space Jam.
Let me
drop this shit on him.
Documentary on this nigga.
So Scottie, like, damn, bro, that's how you gonna do me? Like, you got your own LeBron James. Like, Michael Jordan had his own LeBron James.
So is being top 75 not enough, though? My question to y'all is like, it's beating, but this is my question.
No, it's not enough. They put Dame Lillard in there.
But I don't like that. Because when is enough for these guys in terms of being praised? Like, what do you want Michael Jordan to do for Scottie Pippen?
I want him to make a documentary on Scottie Pippen.
I'm a billionaire. I run the Hornets. Why am I making documentaries about you?
Why are you making a documentary about yourself?
The whole team was in a documentary.
No.
That shit was a Michael Jordan propaganda.
No.
It was a Michael Jordan propaganda.
Michael Jordan is Hitler of the NBA. That nigga's like Hitler, bro. That nigga's like Hitler, bro. And if you listen to his stories about how he treated other people, he's like Hitler. I respect Hitler. I think Hitler is a great man. Great don't mean good. It means impactful. Yes, he did because he drove everybody crazy. Hitler was probably crying in his bunker when the people came to kill him. Like, damn, what was I thinking?
I'm not gonna lie. The conspiracies that he escaped and moved to Argentina, I believe them conspiracies.
Uruguay, a place with no.
I believe them conspiracies.
I mean, my point is, again, like I said, dog. Scottie Pippen is undercredited. We don't see Michael Jordan the way we see him without Scottie Pippen. It's impossible. It's just not going to happen. We don't see Michael Jackson the same way we see him without Rock With You or Thriller. You just can't see it. Imagine there's no Thriller. There's no Mike is Prince.
You mean to tell me on an album with Beat It, right? You keep in mind the video for Thriller came out way after the song Beat It. You telling me if even that album didn't include the song Thriller and the name of the album was Beat It, we would be looking at Mike in the same
it's
light.
Not 40. No.
First off, Beat It.
It's not the greatest. It probably wouldn't be the.
When Doves Cry is way better than Beat It. When Doves Cry is way better than Beat It.
I would rather.
I think Prince's music is subjective because I only like.
When Doves Cry is way better than Beat It. This
I would
is just honestly.
I would prefer.
That's because you were a kid and reminded you of childhood. When Doves Cry, anybody with ears, adult ears, anybody with adult ears knows when Doves Cry is better than Beat It. It's not even close. Beat It is actually kind of corny.
When Doves Cry is like not one of Prince's best songs to me. Like that's not in my top 3 personally.
Again, it's like the separation between Mike and Prince is Thriller and When Doves Cry. The concept of Thriller being so great and vast and much bigger than any artist had created versus When Doves Cry. That's the separation. Without it, that is not happening, bro. You don't see Michael Jackson without Thriller, dog. He's Prince. I'm telling you.
I would also argue Michael Jackson Thriller changed music videos. And that even gave Michael formula for when he dropped videos like, yo, make this shit a whole event. In my personal opinion, I would say
he did that with Beat It though. Beat It was a whole movie.
It wasn't a good movie.
It wasn't Thriller though. It wasn't Thriller though. It wasn't Thriller though.
I don't even remember Beat It no more, to be honest.
Thriller is a whole.
Beat It a million times.
He had like Bloods and Crips. Like
Thriller is the greatest. No, that's bad.
No, it's not.
No, that's Beat It, isn't it?
So Beat It is with Wesley Snipes?
No.
No, yeah,
that's bad.
Yeah, you're right. That's bad. That's bad.
Okay, Beat It. Yeah. Either way, neither one of them. Either way, it wasn't that great.
And had a knife fight.
I remember that it wasn't that great. It was actually a corny choreographed dancing, but that's not the point. The point is, Thriller is where it's at.
Yeah, but like that's still a dance people do today.
That's the greatest. Listen, that's the greatest. You missing a point. No, they don't. They're not. Nobody's climbing up a rope. The thing is, Thriller is the greatest music video ever. That's his. The reason Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan is because he's 6-0. That's his Thriller. Nobody else is 6-0 except Michael Jordan.
And Scottie.
You know who's a part of that?
Is Scottie Pippen. He was a part of it, but you weren't Michael Jordan. That's my
he's
point.
Just like Rod Temperton is not Michael Jackson, but you don't have that version of Michael Jackson without Rod Temperton.
So can I ask you a question then? This is an honest question.
Let me ask you. Here's a better question. Here's a better question for you. Ask that question. Is Rod Temperton one of the greatest songwriters ever?
Yeah.
Then no question. Scottie Pippen is one of the greatest small forwards ever.
Yeah, he wrote for the Bee Gees and all of them shits. Like he wrote
Boogie Nights.
Rod Temperton got some shit.
Yeah.
Like dead ass. Rod Temperton got some legit like
my favorite Michael Jackson song, Rock With You.
So yeah, Rock With You is my favorite Michael Jackson song. So I'm not gonna say Michael.
You know, Rod Temperton wrote Always and Forever.
I probably say Remember Time for me, but that's my personal opinion.
No, Remember Time not even a top 10 Michael Jackson record to me.
Okay, you're lying.
But my question about it is, if Scottie felt this way, why would you have Michael Jordan induct you into the Hall of Fame when you was getting to the Hall of Fame?
Because he thought they was boys. He thought they was boys.
He wasn't doing that shit years ago. Mike just started doing this.
Mike started drinking in his own Kool-Aid.
Mike, that mean you always harbored this resentment for me?
No. It's been over years of contriving. Like Mike started drinking his own Kool-Aid. Well, see, I grew up in the time period. Nobody called Michael Jordan the greatest player in real time. Until he got his 6th ring and retired. Then he was like, you know what? That nigga might have been the best. That's how long it took. You got to think Magic was out with 5 rings, 3, 4 MVPs, finals MVPs. They was the most dominant team of the 80s. Michael Jordan didn't get the credit until that 6th ring and he walked off the court. Niggas was like, even me, I was like, damn, what that was some shit we just saw. So Michael Jordan never got the benefit in real time because he was always chasing the ghost of other great players. Right? He was always chasing Bill Russell. He was always chasing Magic Johnson. He was always chasing Kareem. He was always chasing those guys. When he got his 6th ring and he walked off the court, this is from a nigga who hate him. I was like, and that nigga might have been the best. That's really what happened. Niggas like, the conversation didn't start until after. Like, it's some people in real time that was like, oh, he could score. You know, all the idiots, he could score points. But like the overall idea of basketball winning and being successful, when he got that 6th ring, niggas, and he knocked that shot, niggas like, that nigga might have been the best nigga. So he didn't have to drink the Kool-Aid. He was too busy chasing greatness. But over the years, right, now people was putting him up there, he's starting to feel it. And now other people was threatening him with other players. With LeBron, they're threatening him, right? So he's like, okay, I need to preserve my legacy. So let me make this documentary that's a shade to somebody who I literally needed to be who I am.
They said this nigga started the documentary 2 weeks after LeBron came back from 3-1.
Exactly.
Like he had the footage locked away for 20 years or 18 years. They said the nigga Bron came back from 3-1. They said it was like, yeah, let's start working on this documentary.
Because that's when niggas was in their feelings about Bron in real time. Like, oh, he's the greatest. He made the greatest comeback. No, he didn't. He's not the greatest because of that. It's not enough. It's not enough. So again, it's one of those things where Scottie Pippen does have a right to be upset. And I do think the Michael Jordan followers, right? Like they call the Bronsexuals, the Michael Jordan guys, the airheads, the Air Jordans, the airheads, they are literally getting out of control and not giving true credit to Scottie Pippen for what he was able to do for Michael Jordan's legacy and for the Bulls team. He's not help. He is just as important, if not impacting winning more than Michael Jordan. He's just as important. Michael Jordan wins.
A greater player than Dennis Rodman, who played with him and Michael Jordan, helped both of them win 3 rings.
They won 3
on
rings
the
before
second
that,
third.
They won 3 rings before that.
On the second 3.
But that doesn't matter. You told me that Michael Jordan won a winner without Scottie Pippen.
He wouldn't have won 1.
Okay. So my question is, the 3 that Scottie got. Let's say Scottie
and
Mike in at 3.
Now the second 3.
And Mike in at 3.
Now the second 3.
Scottie ranked at all time. If Scottie and Mike in that 3 championships, Scottie take him to the conference finals.
It's a great
he
question.
Go do whatever after that. Where's Scottie and Mike if they had
He's not in front of Dr. J.
Who's Scottie?
Not in front of Dr. J.
He's in front
No,
of Dr.
not if they win 3.
I think he's in front of Dr. J.
No, Dr. J is an MVP in both leagues.
He right.
Dr. J is an MVP in both leagues.
He's only one-time champion. Okay,
but he's an
MVP
champion. He's a trans.
Where is Mike ranked? Top 5 still? Top 3 still? That's my point. It's like
he's but it's the conversation. It's
you know my point is Scottie won as much credit. But he's not.
I don't know if Mike is top 5 with 3 rings.
Yeah, but why is it always about me and Michael? Why is it never like, yo, he ain't give nobody enough credit. He didn't give Dennis enough credit. I never hear him put anybody else.
Because I'm not Dennis, bro. I was there with you the whole time.
I've argued consistently they don't win another title without Dennis Rodman after the first 3.
Yeah, but Scottie whole thing is as I don't get enough credit. Why you just
because Michael fucking Jordan should be giving him because
why does Scottie never say
because the we changed because the we changed over the time. The we changed. The constant is Scott Pippen.
It's been the same.
No, they have not.
They've changed, bro.
Them niggas won with BJ fucking Armstrong and Paxson and
Scott
Steve Kerr. You could just plug niggas in and Kukos and Cartwright.
And look, back to my point earlier when I said they was building better championship teams.
They wasn't building. They wasn't building championship teams. You could plant any nigga once you had these 2 niggas until the second round.
That's not true. But that's
what they did. That's what they did. Nigga, they won a championship with Luke Longley.
But Glasses, you just told me that the second run and Mike winning and walking off with the final shot is the shit that made him the greatest player in people's mind of all time.
Yes.
So if we don't have Dennis Rodman, neither of us get those other 3 rings.
And if you don't have Scottie Pippen, then
you don't get no rings.
Dr. J.
And if you don't have Scottie Pippen, then this might not.
You don't get no rings. Yeah.
Nigga might go to Orlando.
You get shit. You get nothing.
Like I said, the whole time Michael Jordan was there, he was playing with minimum 2 other Hall of Famers. The same thing. And I'm sorry, not 2 Hall of Famers. He's playing minimum 1 Hall of Famer. Same shit with Scottie the whole time. Look, this is not a question. This is not a question. There's always been other great players on the Bulls beyond Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan.
No, there wasn't.
That's a lie.
Who was in the first 3?
When Michael Jordan
who was the other Hall of Famer in the first 3 titles?
Michael Jordan. I said they always play with 1 other Hall of Famer.
You said
they
3.
did.
Again, right? Again, this is the same. We're talking about Scottie Pippen, who's a fucking Hall of Famer. Hakeem Olajuwon won without a Hall of Famer, not Michael Jordan.
On one of them early Bulls teams.
You know what? I'm glad you said that.
Okay,
I'm glad you said that. Okay, so Hakeem Olajuwon might be the only person who won without a Hall of Famer, without another one.
Oscar Robertson won on his team.
Nigga, what? Oscar Robertson on the team with Hakeem Olajuwon, nigga.
Oh, my bad.
Where you put that tequila down?
No.
You over there drinking that? What's that Michael Jordan tequila he got?
I started thinking about Lou Alcindor. My bad.
What's Michael Jordan? What's that Michael Jordan? What's that Michael Jordan tequila?
I started thinking about Lou Alcindor. My bad.
How you get Lou Alcindor?
Jordan.
Because I thought center. We've been talking about Kareem the whole time, so I'm thinking.
Hey, Mike, send him some of that Sincoro, because that's what he over there drinking right now. He drinking the juice.
Some of that Sincoro. That's
Sincoro.
And also, that's a lie. Clyde Drexler was on one of them teams.
That was the second team.
Still Hall of Famer.
Focus.
But he won a
ring without one other Hall of Famer. You know who else won another ring without a Hall of Famer?
Who? Giannis.
Ben Wallace.
Giannis too.
Ben Wallace. Hold up. Ben Wallace. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Ben Wallace.
It's okay.
Yeah, Middleton might make the Hall of Fame one day.
So what does that mean?
No, he's not.
What does that mean?
I'm just saying that's how you talk about Michael Jordan. It's not true.
All right, man.
People do act like I think, but also people don't realize Michael Jordan's job was to score. Like his job.
That's his job. Which is why he's the greatest scoring guard ever.
His job was to score points.
He did his fucking job.
He did his job. His job was to score points.
The greatest scoring guard ever and one of the top 5, if not top 3, greatest perimeter guards and perimeter defenders ever.
I wouldn't say that, no.
Name five better perimeter defenders. You gonna name?
Oh, you said top 5 or 3?
I said top 3 or 5 perimeter defenders.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Dennis Johnson.
No.
Yes.
No, but continue.
You sleep on Denny, but that's a whole other thing. Dennis Johnson. Okay. Dennis Johnson as a guard average 3 blocks. Of course, I'm average Moncrief. I'm gonna bring in Frazier.
He did have ace.
Frazier did have a couple titles, but okay,
he did have
sure.
aces in the finals game too. He did have aces.
I mean, he didn't have a player as great as Scottie Pippen. He had Willis Reed. Willis Reed was the shit.
And also, they didn't give out Defensive Player of the Year awards until the 80s, so we don't actually know what some of these people would have won.
I think Michael Cooper was as great of a defensive guard as Scottie Pippen. I mean, excuse me, as Michael Jordan.
Exactly. You know what they call it? A Freudian slip. That's called a Freudian slip.
Is Scottie Pippen not a perimeter defender?
Shit, and you ain't me to say it.
Well, I'm just saying it's Scottie Pippen too, because he's one of the greatest perimeter defenders as well.
Coop, but that's all I'm saying is,
put some respect on Coop name. Showtime, nigga.
Put some respect on Michael Jordan. If he
goddamn, how much more respect do we got to give him?
And enough to not badmouth him just because you want to sell some tequila and some liquor because you broke and I'm a billionaire.
How are we badmouthing him? To give him his fucking credit.
He been
you
getting
selfish
his credit.
bastard.
I stood there for the nigga at his Hall of Fame, and I
that's
said
not enough.
And the nigga didn't like me. The nigga
that's the least you could have done, nigga.
That's the little bit you did. You should have gave him his own fucking. You should have gave him his own fucking liquor.
This nigga Scottie got to walk past this nigga statue every day like he wasn't there.
He don't got no statue.
They put this nigga statue there before he retired.
Exactly.
After he was G.
That's why you don't. That's why you will never get another fucking championship team there. You ungrateful ass Negroes.
I hope we win a championship this year, so you come on this show and you can apologize.
You know damn well that ain't gonna happen.
We gonna get a championship in
the
next 5 years. Yes,
no, you're not. No, you're not. You will never win it again. This is the Pippen curse. Until you make right, until you do right, what that lady say, how that shit go in Color Purple.
Until you do right by me, everything you say.
until Chicago as an organization and as a city and Michael Jordan do right by Pippen, you will never smell another fucking ring again. Ever. The Pippen curse.
I was about to say
put some respect on Pippen name.
Real shit. I'm not even gonna say some real shit. I was about to say some real shit about the.
And fuck Future too for that shit he did. You ain't shit, Future.
Can I say I was at a party with Larson Pippen? I was real quick. I was at a party with Larson Pippen like about 2 months ago. And I looked over. I'm like, yo, this really my dog Pip wife. G, this shit funny as hell. Talking to like regular niggas at 4 a.m. in the morning in the hills. I'm like, yo, Larson, go home, bro.
Not fire.
You can't. That's why you can't wipe these clowns.
You think Michael Jordan woman off doing that? Hell no.
I never said that. Look, I never said that. We never said Scottie made the best.
Insecure and off the liquor.
Obviously, Scottie didn't make the best business decisions. Obviously, Scottie has not made some of the best business decisions in his life, but the nigga could hoop.
And he's not selfish. And he's not selfish. Right. But again, the Pippen curse is in full effect. Thank y'all motherfuckers right here. No ceilings. Hoops and Brews, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out my boys on Hoops and Brews, YouTube and all that, man. Y'all out this motherfucker.
Fucking Scottie.